Milling apart, square and parallel. This module will explain how to mill a rectangular block so that the sides and ends are all square and parallel to each other. Select a piece of bar stock and turn it so the broad or wide side is facing up. Not one of the sides or the end, the broad side. Take a piece of chalk and put the number 1 on the top surface. This will be a broad side. Turn it over so the number 1 is on the bottom, and then number this second broad side 4. You now have 2 narrow sides unnumbered. Write number 2 on one side and number 3 on the other side. Let's review just a minute what you have. You have 4 numbered sides. The broad sides are 1 and 4. The narrow sides are 2 and 3. All the sides will be referred to as surfaces, such as surface number 1, surface number 3, and so forth. This numbering of the surfaces is done only to show the proper sequence for cutting, as the order is very important in milling apart square and parallel. Put the workpiece on the bench a moment while you concern yourself with the vertical mill. For this operation, it is important that the head is true before beginning. Sweep the table and adjust the head if necessary. Place the vise on the table so the fixed jaw is at a right angle to the table. Why? Because you will be milling the long sides of the workpiece first. Align the vise using the dial indicator. To stay out of trouble, it's necessary to check the squareness of the solid jaw of the vise. Out of square? Then shim the low end of the jaw and recheck for squareness. The next thing to check is the bottom of the vise, the work seat. Is it parallel? Again, it may be necessary to shim the low side of the vise. Now that the head of the mill and the work holding device are both checked and adjusted, put the workpiece in the vise so surface number 1 is facing up. Many times, parallels raise the workpiece too high in the vise. In this example, tool bit blanks of equal size are used in place of parallels. Now tighten the vise, and as you do, tap the workpiece down to seat it snugly on the parallels. Do you have to be told to use a soft-faced hammer? Pull on the parallels. If they move, the workpiece is not seated properly. Mount the appropriate cutter in the spindle. Lock off the quill and run the micrometer stop up against the quill stop. Select the proper speed. Turn on the mill. Move the workpiece under the cutter and bring the table up so that the cutter just touches the workpiece. Set the micrometer dial on the knee at 0. Move the workpiece away from the cutter. Now raise the table to set the depth of cut. It is good practice to take enough of a cut to completely clean the surface. Make one complete pass to clean surface number 1. If there are any burrs or sharp edges, file them off. Take the workpiece out of the vise. Use a shop rag and clean the chips from the bottom of the vise. Put the workpiece back in the vise with surface number 1 against the solid jaw and surface number 2 up. Place a metal rod between the workpiece and the movable jaw. This helps to seat the workpiece squarely against the solid jaw. Position the rod so that it is approximately in the middle of the gripping surface of the jaw. Reset the cutter to the new height and make a pass to clean up surface number 2. After you have made the cut on surface number 2, check that surface number 1 and surface number 2 are square. Place 2 pieces of paper on the base of the vise. Then reposition the work back in the vise in a way that will put surface number 3 facing up, with surface number 1 still against the solid jaw. Be sure to use the rod between the work and the movable jaw. Tap the workpiece down, then pull on the paper to check that the workpiece is seated firmly on the bottom of the vise. Repeat the cutting operation to bring surface number 3 square to surface number 1 and parallel to surface number 2. Surface number 4 is now ready to be cut. Place it in the vise with surface number 4 facing up. For this operation, the workpiece must be placed on parallels, and it is not necessary to use the round rod. Raise the knee the distance required to take a cut on surface number 4. Take off any burrs or sharp edges before you check all the surfaces you have cut for squareness. When you are ready to machine the ends, turn the first end up in the vise and clamp it in securely. Use a square and check to be sure the workpiece is sitting squarely in the vise. A light tap with a soft-faced hammer may be necessary to bring the workpiece into proper alignment. If you are working with a narrow piece of stock, the end may be cut square with the side of the mill. Machine the end. Make just one pass if that is enough to clean it. Take off any burrs or sharp edges and remove it from the vise. Put the workpiece in the vise again on pieces of paper with the opposite end facing up. Machine it square. File off the burrs and sharp edges, then check it for squareness. If it checks out, the workpiece is finished.